original THX. Thomas and Holman experiment in the futuristic utopia. Kind of a bit like Logan's Run in a way. When you think of this movie, Logan's Run is a bit like it. Because they're in an utopia. When they try to escape. THX. THX there. THX. He's the 1138, and the other one is 3417. So she there, the 3417 is the THX 1987, whereas THX 1138 is the D1138 DSP THX early 2000s, and then of course the very first THX was the DBX 900. So get this on the platter. So a tiny little scratch mark there. Other than that, it'll play no promise of surface scratch, but whew, surprised it's intact. It made its way without getting cracked. THX 1138. With an original. Well, that's the second version. There's only three THXs they made, but I own there are 3 of those. So this is a THX cinema, isn't it? And you being fed. You boys have had big meals. Wow.
Buck Rogers is now adventuring in the amazing world of the 20th century. By turning a little dial to project us ahead in time, we're able to be right with Buck and his friends in the wonderful world of the future. A world that sees a lot of our scientific and mechanical dreams come true. You know, there's nothing supernatural or mystic about Buck. He's just an ordinary, normal human being who keeps his wits about him.
It's got a bit of bass on it. Oh yeah, that'll be the wrong Warner logo thing for the opening there. Oh, there's quite a bit of bass on there. THX sound system. Bit of a sub-bass extension. I'm just using the center channel. There's quite a bit of bass on it. So it's kind of like the THX sound system. You know, this is kind of Technicolor, Techniscope. It kind of predates the THX sound system. I think there's the La Sharif score. Might not be in the actual movie here. It might be on the soundtrack as an additional track that probably wasn't even used in the film. yeah, Lelouch. There's a track where it sounds a bit like the THX sound system, where it has a slow build up and then has choir voices, which are kind of present here in the bit, but slightly tonally vocalized different in one of the soundtracks. And I thought instantly heard it. Sounds like the THX sound system deep note. George Lucas, the man who brought you THX 1138, now brings you an adventure unlike anything you've seen on your planet before. Star Wars. An adventure. Oh look, it's THX.
If you have a problem, don't hesitate to ask for assistance.
Thank you, I'll be alright.
Call 348.
You know, this is so ahead of its time. Some of the things there, you know, like please, you know, wait this or that. You know, you ask things today like over the phone, medical things, or like, yeah, you know, paramedics. You phone them and they want to know this, that, and that before they even send out, or they're probably dispatching and they want more information. And I think it's absolutely absurd.
What is that, Rosie? Are you now? Or have you ever been? Move slowly.
There's a little bit of faint edge enhancement I can see. Yeah, you can see it around the robot there. It's kind of. We'll just think of it as some AI glitch in the Matrix. But I like the colour, the tone, even though it's sort of a somewhat symbolish maybe on the.
Okay, just back off THX 1138. Back off for a second.
What's wrong?
I need something stronger.
Take 4 red capsules. In 10 minutes, take 2 more. Help is on the way.
And,
What's wrong?
I want you to take a visual.
and some of the dialogue there is a bit similar to another movie, that Elysium movie, where the character goes into a room that gets radioactivity dosage of, you know, and then a robot just comes in and says, take these pills, it'll last about a few days and that'll be it. Yeah, and it's sort of similar to this, the cliches of writing or dialogue as such. And use of the props and the sets and that with, you know, those things that they use for biolabs or something, you know, like, so you've got a shield around it and you're using the, you know, and all the flicker. I like the CRT flicker there.
Illegal sexual activity. It should be on your DPO screen now. Relay to investigating officer.
Thank you for your assistance in crime prevention.
So they're building other robots. A bit of another kind of cliche to another movie, or kind of was slightly redone slightly. It's like that Total Recall remake, and they're building robots, aren't they, or machines? And then the guy goes out eventually to look or find or discover what's going on, and you know, it's a bit like this movie. The cliches are similar, you know, because you know, these robots in this utopia of underworld sort of thing in THX 1138 are there to control. So you're just servants, slaves to these machines, and the order that they're, you know, trying to. It's also another cliche to like say similar to say like the time machine, the they're like cattle. They're not being cannibalised or eaten or anything, but they are in the same similar ways of being, you know, conditioned. Uh, and given this nice utopia, just like Logan's Run, where Logan, Sandman, hunts down, tracks people that want to go out looking for the truth, as well as fear of going into this carousel because they know the conspiracy, they know what's going on there. It's sinister, it's bad, and so eventually Logan has his palm, the palm thing. So you do that, and you to turn the crystal red, and then fears, panics at first, but he's been assigned for a mission, but panics in a sort of sense, and then kind of goes on the mission until eventually a bit into the story, where his other opponent, Sandman, comes after him because he thinks he's legitimately running, but it's only when he then discovers Logan then discovers the truth that it's all a fantasy or a lie, just to, you know. And so you go back, tell people it's all a lie.
Go ahead. Very good. Proceed.
Well, I slipped on a thermal transfer this morning. It's never happened before. I wasn't concentrating enough.
Yes, I understand.
Things haven't been going well.
Yes, fine.
How could I be so wrong? My mate has been acting very strange. I can't explain it.
Yes.
I haven't been feeling very well myself.
Yes, I understand.
I don't know, maybe it's me.
Yes, fine.
I needed some Panura last night.
I tell you,
I feel as if something...
if I had someone talking to me like that on the telephone, I will fucking raise my voice in an instant.
I can't understand.
Could you be more specific?
The sedatives.
You know, it's like things today are now more or less like this movie have been, you know, because people think, I wonder if this is possible. We can make this, put this into, you know. So when you phone this, that, you get that you got to answer these questions, blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness gracious. This film is so ahead of its time.
Let us be.
But it is just a film, okay? But it's giving you, like reading a book, or it's like giving us the riddles to, you know, the problems in our daily life situations. It gives, you know, they're like riddles, and it answers these questions, and, you know. Anyway, that's THX. And there it is. Lou, 3417, which is in my kitchen in the THX sound system in the rack. THX sound system here. Female. So I got the female THX. And THX 1138, or the THX D1138 DSP, that was released early 2000s. That's the male THX. The earlier THX was the DBX 900 THX. A little bit of history there for those that are into THX sound system. So here is THX masturbating. In the special edition, George Lucas version, which is I got on Blu-ray. Everyone's got that version, or if it had been on DVD, but slightly, maybe at the time of the Blu-ray. You got George Lucas actually putting in masturbation, because George Lucas obviously believes in masturbating. You got this machine that's CGI. It's put there, but it's not here in this movie. I just noticed it because I was thinking that was actually in the movie. Now I realise it wasn't. It was CGI, where THX here is masturbating. Because you got this machine, it comes down, goes over his dick, and then starts moving up and down. Now today they make those things for those that desire that sort of pleasure, because we are in a sense in a kind of an utopia, a kind of warped kind of utopia, I would say, and those that want to masturbate. So THX there is, in a way, he's got his hand on it, and he's kind of giving it a bit of a tug. He's, some Rodney King beat in there, I guess, from the 1990s. So this movie is quite ahead of its time. Kind of doing it that sort of way, like a kind of holographic there, so you kind of see through it, kind of like transparency. Haven't quite, well, I think there are similar things that kind of like that technology, but does it? I don't know how it's doing it with the sound. Probably speakers in the floor or ceiling or within the wall, and the holographic is just projected around wherever, and the speakers just move sound around, and or maybe something else that's technologically decades way ahead of thinking. But it's on everyone's think tank mind.
Of detuned escort toys have not. The three recently elected representatives from Con 9 have again resigned and been caught fleeing Rehabilitation Center D2.
Remember, an interval overdose.
It's nearing 20 minutes. Thought I'll keep an eye out for any Q dots, but I don't think this is a print version. It might be in it in the positive. So it's got no Q dots, I don't think. Sometimes very old pressings, they might use a print version.
I can see us.
But I could have over-missed a Q dot. Because sometimes they put them at 15 or 20 minutes. Not that the film's actual 20 minutes, because there was roughly about 1 minute or so before it actually ran. So, but if I had any guess, I would say there would be a Q dot somewhere around this scene. Yeah, there would have been a Q dot.
5 on the Euro weekend scale.
Wow. Feel the bass pressing against me. And that's only a mono film mix. Feels like a THX on Sense Around steroid. Wow. Not a bad mono mix, that. So you can't knock a mono film mix these days. And you get some overrated Dolby Atmos rubbish, and it's like, oh crikey, they missed out these sound effects, or they haven't got that balance right, or they've done too much audio frequency masking there, or it's like they haven't got a below surround channel. Yeah, you just can't beat a mono film mix. Outweighs the Atmos.